Hey, what's up everyone, it's Phil Meyer. Welcome to my guide and walkthrough for Hollowbody. Before you start skipping forward, let me give you a brief explanation on how this guide will work. First, this serves as a full guide to the game, so if you're playthroughing yourself first and you need some help, you're at the right place. And second, though the video will be edited, I'll be leaving in all the story bits. So if you'd like to watch a playthrough of the game, this video is also for you. At any time, feel free to use the chapter time codes below to skip to what you need to find in the video. I'll be including my commentary throughout, and I'll be keeping it concise and on topic. With that, let's get into the game.
So, Sasha, time to spill the beans.
Huh?
What's your trauma?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Come on, we've all got one. Signing up with an underfunded group of activists, pushing back against everything those fuckers hang over us. You don't make a call like that without some kind of beef. Personally, mine's pretty vanilla. They took my son.
Oh, gee. Really? I'm sorry.
That's public schools for you. Kid fell into the wrong group, got offered a way out. He signed up 2 years ago now.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, I raised him to be smarter than that, or at least I thought so. Fucking parasites always find a way in. Fill the kids' heads with lies.
I'm looking for answers. My mother was one of the kids that made it out. Her parents weren't so lucky. And all someone screwed up. That much they couldn't hide. I'm just sick of no one being held accountable.
Right, hence this team. You wanted to get close, start at the source and work your way back.
Yeah, something like that. She passed 2 months back now. I guess this is just my way of making sense of that.
I'm sorry. It's an all too familiar story. We're among friends here. We'll get answers no matter what.
I hope so.
So we've got this set up here. Sometime in the future, the British economy is looking pretty bleak. And adding to that, several British cities were the target of an unknown bioattack. Part of the population was evacuated to a city on a man-made landmass in the Atlantic Ocean. And what ensued after was less than pleasant. 6 decades later, the prologue begins with us taking control of Sasha. As we head to the beach, I want to mention a couple quick facts about the game. The game is developed by one person with heavy inspiration from the Silent Hill series. As I'm recording this, the game has only been released for about a week, and the developer is still actively making improvements and fixes. I'll keep the video's description updated with a list of changes to the game over time, as well as any information sources that I mention in the video.
Hey guys, no Mark?
He said he was heading back home. Had to ask you about something?
Yeah, he's not here. I mean, obviously. Mark! Buddy! Got a job to do here.
You didn't say anything else? No, he just bailed halfway up the hill.
Yeah, I'll be around somewhere. Sasha, why don't you check along the beach whilst we finish setting up here? He's probably off taking a dump or something.
Oh, sure. I'm on it.
Just don't go getting yourself lost, too.
Alright, so now we need to go find Mark. We can make our way back up this hill here, and if you look carefully on the ground, you can actually see footprints heading off in the opposite direction we came from. So, that's where we're gonna go.
Hello? Mark? Damn, where could he have gone? Mark! Hello? Mark, come on! We've got a job to do!
As we reach the mouth of the cave, we can see Mark's gas mask in the foreground, which is not a good sign.
Hello? Mark! You in here?
My guy pulled through. He's got the pass. You sure you want to do this?
She's still out there, Tax. Somewhere. Scared and alone.
I get it, Meek. You got about 24 hours before the clearance gets flagged. You missed that window, and I got 2 lost friends. My guy's waiting on the east sheets, Borough 7 near the underpass. Once he's flashed the clearance mod on your hover, he'll set you up with some blocker fluid. You'll need to take it when you're about an hour from the city limits. I'll keep you on COTAC, but you know as well as me, anything happens out there, and you're on your own. Last chance, Mick. Are you sure this is the right call?
She's coming home, Tax. What gave it away?
Several of my atmospheric sensors are reading concerning levels.
That was a rhetorical question, Beeb.
I recommend that we establish a safe landing zone with the utmost urgency.
It's alright, we will. We're about 3 miles out from where Sasha was posted. You think you can hold on?
There is a statistical probability that ignoring these warnings may result in an incident with fatal repercussions. Sorry, I'm unable to process your request. The root function
Beeb?
termination is protected and will require administrator approval.
Do you copy?
So now we're playing as Mica, a black market shipper and Sasha's partner. After Sasha's disappearance, Mica is determined to find her and works out a way to get into the exclusion zone. Due to an unknown reason, her navigation system malfunctions and she crash lands. Her next goal is to try and find a location that's high enough where she can radio for help. In this truck is where we'll find the game's first item, the healing spray, and we'll use it immediately.
Thank God nanotech doesn't have a shelf life.
We'll want to make a left at this intersection and we can make our way down to the dead end. This is where we can use the COTAC radio from our inventory, which will let us tune into the first signal. Finding each signal will unlock an achievement and also give you a glimpse into what happened in the area in the past.
What do you think you're doing? My husband has work in the morning.
It's just a precaution, Mom. All residents are advised to stay in their homes until further notice.
This is absurd. You have no right to tell us what to do. Just wait till my man hears about this.
Mom, we understand the inconvenience, but failure to comply will result in a blacklist for you and your family.
Shut your blacklist. Let me through.
State regulation requires you to be compliant in any and all mandated.
Parasites, the lot of you. Prisoners in our own damned homes.
Now we can return back to the main road and continue making progress towards the apartment complex. The apartment is off to the right, but we're going to continue straight into the dead end and find a document. Collecting all of the game's documents will unlock an achievement. Now for each of the game's documents, I'll leave them up on the screen long enough so you can pause the video if you'd like to read them. The observation report seems to indicate that the locals are being watched, which is rather foreboding. Now we can head back to the intersection and make a left of the light post to make our way to the apartments. We can see a light on in one of the windows, and this is where we're going to enter the building. Before we do that, we can make our way to the back of the parking lot and find our first resident, who has seen better days. We'll also be able to pick up some ammo for the revolver. To get into the building, we can push the dumpster up to the scaffolding and climb in the window. Our goal is to make our way up to the roof, but of course things won't be that straightforward.
Okay, time to find a way up to the roof.
In this room is where we can find our next document, which is a list of the building's residents. Now, from what I've seen in the game's credits, at least some of these names are Kickstarter backers who help support the game. I think it's a cool way to include them. On the wall, we'll find a box that's locked with a padlock. We'll need to find a way to open it. The elevator has no power, and the gate's lock has been blocked with some type of foam, so we'll need to make our way upstairs. The next floor's gate is locked as well, so we'll need to continue up. As we do that, I'll mention some details about the items we pick up in the game. Though the collectibles like the documents and signals will always appear in the same places, the location of at least some of the health and ammo pickups will vary on each playthrough. During this walkthrough, I'm referring to notes that I've taken in my playthroughs, and I'll show the location of items that I've found. I'll be skipping over nooks and crannies where I didn't find any items, but that doesn't necessarily mean you won't find anything there in your playthrough, so you may want to consider being thorough in your search. In room 2.2's bedroom, we'll find our second resident, who's also seen better days, along with some ammo on a piece of furniture. We can head out of the room and continue our exploration. Now there's two rooms down the hall, 2.3 and 2.4, but the doors are locked. So we'll turn right in this hallway and head to the other side of the floor. We'll see a door to a unit that's missing its room number. We can make our way in. On a table in this room, we'll find our next document, a newspaper article. From it, we'll learn a little bit about Sherwood Estate Management. This won't be the last time we hear that name. If we head out on the balcony, we'll find some ammo near the window. Next, we can head into the unit's bedroom and find our third resident.
Oh, Jesus.
The corpse is holding a keycard, which we'll need to pick up. That's it for this unit. Let's head out to the hallway and take a look at that keycard we just picked up. This is for room 2.3, which is back on the other side of this floor. Before we head to that room though, let's explore a little bit more on this side. Just down the hallway is room 2.10. Inside we can find our second COTAC radio signal.
Babe, are you sure you're alright? You've not touched your dinner.
I'm not hungry.
Did you guys eat after work?
I'm not hungry.
Oh, come on, you didn't take your lunch with you today. You have to eat something.
Get out.
What?
Take a walk. Give me some fucking space.
Honey, you're scaring me. Please tell me what's wrong. We can work this out.
I'm fine. I'm not hungry. I need some space.
Maybe this construction job wasn't such a great idea.
Take a walk.
It's raining out. Where can I go?
I said take a walk.
This is our home. I live here.
Get the fuck out of my house.
The only thing I found in the bedroom was our fourth resident, who, just like everyone else, has seen much better days. Though again, due to the random placement of the pickup items in the game, you may want to search more thoroughly. Next, we'll head down to the opposite end of the hallway and enter room 2.14. In this room, we'll find our fifth resident.
Oh, God.
My notes are showing that in a previous playthrough I found ammo in this bedroom, though this time around I'm not finding anything. Back to the main living space in the apartment, there's a large hole in the floor. Looking through the hole, we can see that 2 floors down there's a key on a table. We won't be able to get this key until later in the game, so let's keep it in the back of our minds. Alright, now we can head to the other side of this floor and unlock room 2.3. The floor in this room has completely broken away, so we can climb through it to reach floor 1. There will be a phone in this room that will ring. By answering it, we'll have our first conversation with the unknown entity.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Should have gone here. Should have stayed where it's warm. Like little sparrow.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Patience, baby bird. Should have barely spread your wings.
How is this line still active?
Some things you refuse to deny.
Why are you talking like that?
This is my home. This was always my home.
Right.
Layers upon layers. Concrete and dirt. Sickness till death.
Yeah, this is a waste of my time. I'm hanging up.
Watch out for the strays. They haven't had a proper meal in weeks.
Creepy fucking robot.
After the conversation, we can head into the bedrooms. In the first bedroom, we'll find our next document, which is the child's drawing. The character in the drawing has X's through its eyes, and the text refers to a new daddy. It makes me wonder what happened to the previous one. We can head into the next bedroom, and this is where we'll find the claw hammer. Now we can make our way out of the unit. We won't be able to do that using the apartment's door, so we can head into the bathroom, remove the radiator from the wall, and we'll use the hammer we just found to dig our way through. After climbing through the hole, we can turn right and make our way to the end of the hallway towards room 1.6. We won't be able to get into the room, but we'll find a crate here which we can break open. In order to break open crates, you'll need to stomp on them. In order to perform a stomp, you first need to have a weapon equipped, at least in this build of the game. So let's equip our revolver, and then we can break open that crate to grab some more ammo. On the opposite corner, we'll find the battery. And if we examine this from our inventory, we'll learn that it's leaking battery acid. Let's keep going. On the opposite end of this floor is a locked gate and another locked apartment, so we're not going to head there yet. Instead, we'll turn left at the hallway to make our way to the opposite side of the floor. Turning left at the end, we'll see a club stuck in a door and something's trying to break out. I'm sure it's going to be fine. We grab that club and we have our first melee weapon. This is a good time to explain how we can quickly switch between weapons. The game will remember the last firearm and last melee weapon that you equipped. While exploring, you'll be able to hold down the quick selection button and then press left to switch to the melee weapon or press right to switch to your firearm. This helps quite a bit in combat, letting you switch between your firearm and melee weapon for optimal attacks. We'll find our first enemy encounter in this room, and I'll keep my gun equipped initially. The reason is the enemy will get in and attack quickly, and the gun is faster to fire. After I get off a shot or two, I'll switch to the melee weapon to finish the enemy off. Helen's fate does not seem to be much better than the other residents. On the safe is a note saying graduation, which is a clue to the code. We can learn Helen's birth year by either looking at the data readout from her corpse or heading into the kitchen and reading the letter. Looking at the picture of the nightstand, we'll learn that Helen was 30 when her child was roughly 3 or 4. We'll also learn that Helen was very pregnant at the time of her graduation. From these two photos, we can determine that Helen was probably 27 at the time of her graduation. Adding 27 to the year of her birth will give us 2052. This is the code to the safe. We'll find a key here which will let us get out of this floor. First, let's get out of the apartment and we'll head down to room 1.9 on the opposite end of the hallway. Inside of room 1.9, you'll find the game's only clean bathtub, the only clean one I was able to find anyway. In the kitchen, we'll find the unit's resident. Whatever's been taking over the apartment is taking over the corpse. Looking over the rest of the unit, you'll find a strong presence of the apartment's infection. My notes don't show any ammo or health items in this unit, and in this playthrough I didn't find any either. There are no more rooms we can enter on this side of the floor, so we can make our way back to the other side. We'll encounter a couple more former residents that are less than welcoming. Now you could choose to run past and avoid the enemies, though they can follow you and will surround you if you're not careful. So in the game's indoor environments, I chose to engage and defeat them. Now some tips for these types of enemies. If you're just dealing with one at a time in a closed-in environment, melee is a decent way to go. You can keep moving in towards an enemy and continue to get in strikes. Getting their back against a wall really helps as well. When dealing with more than one enemy, I recommend using a firearm. Once an enemy is on the ground, move in quickly and stomp. Even when they're on the ground, they can continue to move towards you and get in attacks. Making our way to the end of the hallway we haven't been to yet, you'll see the locked gate, and we'll get one more enemy popping out of the nearby apartment. I recommend letting the enemy come out of the room fully before engaging. If you try fighting it in the doorway itself, it can back up into the room, which makes combat more awkward in this case. From my notes, and during this playthrough, I found ammo in the bedroom of this apartment. Now we can get out of the unit and unlock the gate at the end with the key that we found in Helen's apartment. Now we can head down one floor and re-enter the utility room where we first entered the apartment. We can break open the locked utility box with the claw hammer we now have. Inside we'll find the ground floor gate key, a magnetic card writer, and a document that explains how to use it. From our inventory we can combine the room 2.3 card key with a magnetic writer to create the master key. Now if you remember the battery we picked up earlier, it's leaking acid, so we can use the battery to eat through the foam that's blocking the lock on the gate. After which we can use the gate key that we just picked up to unlock this gate. Before we head into the next section of the apartments, now that we have the master key, we can unlock room 2.4 on the top floor. I'll quickly head back up there and do a sweep of the room. Now the only thing I was able to find on this playthrough and on my previous one was the corpse of the apartment's resident. But given how the game can place items in different locations, it's unclear if maybe there'd be something here in another playthrough. Let's head back down to the ground floor gate. Through the gate, on the left side we can find room 0.2. In my previous playthrough I was able to find a repair spray in this bathtub, but this time around there's nothing there. In the bedroom you'll find a corpse of a resident who has definitely seen much better days. Let's head back into the hallway. You might be inclined to head to the end of this hallway, but that's our way out of here, so let's finish exploring the opposite side first. We do have an enemy to deal with on our way over there. We can make a right at the end of the hallway and head towards room 0.10. In the unit's bathroom, we can find a repair spray above the sink. In the main living space, we'll find what appears to be a really sweet gaming setup. If we check the bedroom, we'll find the resident's corpse and our next document, which is the resident's diary. The diary does indeed confirm that they were a gamer. Back out in the hallway, we can head to the opposite end of this floor and we'll find room 0.14. This is the only unit in the apartment that isn't locked with a magnetic keycard. If you remember room 2.14, there was a hole in the floor that let you see all the way down into this unit. We can come back here later in the game, but for now let's head back to the other side of the floor and continue making progress. Room 0.5 is unlocked, so let's go in here next. On the couch we'll find the unit's resident along with our next document, titled Noise Complaint. Now let's unlock room 0.6 with the master card key. In my previous playthrough, I found ammo in this unit, and this time around I'm having the same result, finding ammo in the bedroom. We are done with this part of the apartment. Let's head underneath the gate and move on to the next section, which is the home stretch.
Hey, you remember that day we got stuck at the sushi joint on 7? The whole street was locked down that night. Everyone was freaking out, calling their bosses, lawyers, loved ones. But you said you didn't care. Being trapped there with me, and as much sushi as you could eat. You said there was no better way to go. Family and Foch. You know, that was the first time anyone had called me that. Family. Just the two of us. Making something from nothing. Progress. Let's see if this side has roof access.
Right away we can hear the telephone coming from the room on the left. We can head inside and we'll find a document sitting on the bench. Before we answer the phone, let's head into the bathroom. Here we will find a bottle of alcohol in the bathtub. Let's grab this, we're going to need it in just a moment. Now we can answer the phone and have another conversation with the unknown entity.
Oh, great. It's you.
Murderer. You have blood on your hands.
Look, I don't know what those things were.
Murderer.
Can you stop saying that? Fuck.
Murderer. How did it feel? You beat that first one pretty hard.
How do you know that? What the fuck is this place?
I told you. Should have stayed where it was warm.
I can't be here. I have to get out. I have to get Sasha, and I have to get the fuck out of here.
Be careful what you wish for. Murderer.
Proceeding down the hallway, we'll find a poster on the wall that explains that during a fire, each apartment's lock will be released. The hallway to the other side of the floor is blocked, as well as this unit's doorway. Proceeding to the end of the hallway, the gate here is locked, and the card reader for this door's lock is blocked by the growth, so we won't be able to unlock it the normal way. So let's head back to the trash can we just passed, soak its contents in the bottle of alcohol we found, and then we'll use our lighter to set it on fire. This triggers the apartment's fire system, and the nearby unit's door that was locked is now open. Just inside this room, we'll find the unit's resident, and next to his corpse, we'll find the next document. Hanging on the wall, we'll find the guitar, which is our next melee weapon, and a non-traditional one at that. Attacks with the guitar felt faster than the other melee weapons in the game, so this became my choice for the rest of the game. In the bathroom, we'll find our next COTAC radio signal.
James! Water's not working again. It's just spitting. It smells funny.
Oh, come on, this is really taking the piss now.
Can you call them?
Follow good that'll do. They said last time they'd be back within the hour.
Oh, if we have to wait another 2 days just to get the bloody water back.
This is not a call again in the morning.
I wish we'd never moved to this stupid sea.
Now in the kitchen we'll find a pair of chopsticks, which we'll need to pick up. We'll find the shared wall in this unit broken open, and we can make our way over to the other side. In this room we'll find one more locked box on the wall. We can break it open with the hammer, and this will be the last time we use that hammer. This appears to be an electrical control panel, and we'll find out what to do with this in just a moment. This door is the apartment's exit. We don't know the code, so we can't get out, but our goal is the roof at the moment anyway. Next to the unpowered elevator, you'll find a note that explains what to do with that electrical panel that we just found. We'll need to flip the switches to match the note we found, but the bottom left switch has been broken off, so we can use the chopsticks as a replacement. Now we can flip the switches as shown in the note, and then we can press the square button just above the meter readout.
Looks like that did the trick.
Now we can head to the roof using the elevator. Alright, I'm going to pause here so I can explain a little about what's about to happen. We're about to meet the wounded stranger who's in a pretty bad spot. The choices we make in the upcoming conversation will determine whether the stranger comes with us or whether he doesn't. And the game's primary two endings are determined by this. There are several choices to be made in this conversation, and rather than showing the outcomes of each conversation choice, on the screen I'll show the choices that led the stranger to either come with me or not. Now for this playthrough, I'm going to make choices so the stranger does not come with me. Though normally I wouldn't want this to happen, but for this walkthrough there are two reasons I'm doing this. First, I think most of you playing the game are going to want to help him, so your playthrough will have him coming along with you. And second, there is a secret later on in the game that you can only find if he does not come with you. I want to be able to show you both of those, so for that reason, I'm going to make the choices so he does not come with me. I'll let this cutscene play out in full, and we'll pick up when it's completed.
Why don't we step inside?
Don't tell me what to do. I'm not going back there.
Please. I can help. We can get out of here together. I just need to get a signal through. My partner runs these routes too. He'll help us.
Stop acting like you care.
I forgot to ask your name.
I don't want to be remembered.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked.
You're wasting time.
Come on. Come on. Tax. Oh, you've got to help me. Tax? Tax! Do you hear me? Oh, fuck. Okay. Get to the underground. I can do that. We got a way out. Come on, let's go.
You're out of time.
Wait, no!
That's a pretty sad result to that conversation. The next thing we'll need to do is examine the nearby tent. Inside we'll find a note that has a code written on it. And as you might have guessed, this is the code to the door downstairs, which lets us leave the apartment. Alright everyone, thank you for watching part 1 of my guide and walkthrough to Hollowbody. Part 2 will continue with us making our way through the city streets and through the sewers. I hope you'll join me for the next part of the game.